Do you know that we have 50 to 70,000 thoughts per day? That's 35 to 48 thoughts per minute. And believe it or not, most of them are negative. I'm so fat. He'll never love me. I'm just not that good enough. These thoughts originate on the stage of our brain by these imposters. Do you guys know what imposters are? These untrained imposters, they reside on the stage of our brain, and they're trying to control us. But usually what happens is they make things worse. But the good news is that we can control them. We could take over, and we could teach them to work for us instead of against us. So let me show you what I mean. I'm so glad you're all here today. You are so lucky to be in this audience. I don't know if you know this, but I am in demand all over the world. You know why? I am the best at what I do. Yes, I am. My insight and wisdom will change your life forever. Okay. That's the narcissist. The narcissist is in full command. They want to intimidate, control, and manipulate. Let me show you another one. Oh my God! Oh my God! What am I doing here on the stage? I wish the floor would just suck me up. You know what? The organizers didn't give me enough time to practice. Oh, please don't laugh at me. Oh my God, somebody help me. I'm so helpless. Daddy! Can we guess who that is? That's our wounded inner child imposter. It's the little brat, it's the victim, the helpless one. Has anyone felt that way? I know I have. Let me show you another one. Oh yeah. Hey, you're cute. Check you out. What are you doing after my TED Talk? You give me 18 minutes and I will rock your world, baby. All right. Who's that? That is our sex god. And our sex god comes out when we don't feel confident and we feel like we have to use sex as a tool. Okay, so that's just 3 of the 8 imposters I discovered. Let me introduce you to the other 5. The philosopher. The philosopher is very pompous, feels like they know everything. They're a Renaissance man, but people usually admire them and they're fun to be around. The counselor. The counselor's so busy analyzing their life that they never actually live it. The clown. What's up? The clown imposter has to be on the spotlight and they need your approval. Please love me. And the overthinker. Oh my God, what should I do? They're so paralyzed they can never make a decision. Should I not? Should I not? So their whole life passes them by without ever having control of it, and they get what they get. Then the fixer, my personal favorite, and I think a lot of you women in the audience could relate to this one. It's where you're constantly doing things for other people so you don't have to focus on yourself. It's all that busy work. But then your life passes and you're like, it's their fault. No, it's their fault. So these are our imposters. And each imposter represents a subset of beliefs, thought patterns, and behaviors that emerge from childhood trauma. And they were created in our childhood in order to protect us. But what happened? We brought them into our adulthood where they no longer serve us, and they hurt us and those around us. Did you ever go to that job interview, try to get ready for it, and then just say, oh, why bother? I'm not going to get it anyway. Have you ever been home, lonely, depressed, and you hear a pint of almond fudge mocha ice cream call to you? Come eat me. Come on, I'll comfort you. I love you. You're never going to be skinny anyway. Or did you ever hurt someone you love in order to protect yourself? That's your imposters. They're like puppeteers. They pull your strings and just walk you right into those harmful, self-destructive patterns. So, with all this information, I decided to be an actress. So picture yourself, go back to the 80s. Mid-80s, I moved to LA, and I'm here for 2 weeks, and I get my first audition. It's for a hamburger commercial. I'm all excited. Hamburger commercial, but it's money. So I go to the audition, I walk in, I give my picture and resume, and they tell me what we want you to do is sit here, rifle through papers while you're eating a burger, walk across the stage when we ring a bell, pick up the phone, nod affirmatively, hang up, keep eating your imaginary burger, come back and sit down, and then take a bite and say, delicious. I say, easy peasy, I can do that. So I sit down, they say, action. Then all eyes are on me and I get nervous. Oh my God, should I rifle first? Do I take a bite first? I don't know. I took a bite, oh, you look stupid, you shouldn't eat like that. Then ding ding, so I get up and I walk over, I stumble a little, I'm like, oh shoot, they noticed, okay, pick up the phone, I hang up the phone, take a bite. I shouldn't have taken a bite right then. All these thoughts going back and forth in my head. And I sit down, then, oh, delicious. Then the casting director says, oh, thank you very much for coming in. Now, if any of you have ever been to an audition, thank you very much for coming in does not mean thank you very much for coming in. It's code for you suck. So I go home, all depressed, going, how could you do that? You can't even walk and talk at the same time. Are you kidding me? So I start doing it in my living room, and there are the voices again. You suck, you can't do it, you're not an actress, you have to study with the greats before you could do that. Then my inner narcissist says, no, I don't, I was born great, I've got this in me, back and forth, back and forth. And my audition was at 9, and they were auditioning till 5. So I got an idea, I'm gonna go back and audition again. So I changed my clothes, changed my outfit, and this time I was gonna let my narcissist go. So I go back to the office, and I come in, give my picture and resume, and she goes, oh, you look familiar. Duh, of course, I work all the time. She's like, oh, great, what I want you to do is da-da-da. She tells me what to do, and I do it. And when I'm finished, she looks at me and she goes, that was great. And I said, thank you. I leave. By the time I got home, I had a message on my answering machine saying, I got the job. And what was different? What was different? Thank you. What was different is I stepped into my greatness. I wasn't there for them to love me or want me. I went in with the mindset of, I'm exactly what they need for this part. And there's a big switch, and we vibrate at a different level when we're confident, and they feel that. So that's the power of the imposters when you want them to work for you instead of against you. So then I decided I wanted to stop acting because I had too many voices in my head from my childhood. I was getting all these parts that were really juicy, but I couldn't do them because I'm Middle Eastern. And if my father saw or my father knew, it just wouldn't work out. So I decided that I would go back to Iraq to find my roots. And when I went there, I decided to go to an orphanage because my dad at one point said, I want to send you to an orphanage. I go, let me check this out. So when I went there, all these kids start mobbing me. They've never met an American before. And I'm like, hi, and they're like, why are you bombing us? Why do you hate us? Why does America hate us? Why does the world hate us? You know, my father got killed, my uncle lost his leg. And I'm going, oh, I didn't do those things, it's politics. And when talking with them, I could see their pain, and I could see all the imposters. This one's not speaking to me at all. This one's breaking someone. This one is just looking at me trying to communicate. This one's trying to share something. They all had a way. They all had a mask to protect themselves. And I thought, they all want to be seen, heard, and loved, like us. It's a universal feeling. So I thought, I have to memorialize these kids, their words. So I wrote a book called Whispers from Children's Hearts, which took me to 15 other countries over the next 5 years, interviewing orphans and other people from around the world and continuing research on this imposter syndrome. Then after that, I decided I want to dig deeper. I want to know more. So I decided to get a master's in psychology to really, explore this a little more. And then when I graduated, they had a program offering 30 to 40 of us to go to a prison and work with inmates. And I thought that would be fascinating. I've never been to a prison before. So that is where I met Bella. And Bella had a shaved head and serpentine tattoos wrapped like snakes around her bulging black biceps. She was fierce. She was rude, verbally aggressive, and a bully. And she was in there for life, for murder. She killed 2 people that she admitted to. So she just stared at me with this icy stare, trying to intimidate, and she did. But I was there to do something. I had a mission. I wanted to shift her. I wanted to try out my imposter model. So I pull up a chair, put it right next to her, and I look her in the eyes, and I said, "What are you here for? What do you want to gain?" She says, "You know how many people I've seen? I've seen therapists and counselors and coaches and priests for 20 years. Nobody's done anything for me. What makes you think you can? Whoever you think you are, you mean nothing to me." I'm like, "Why did you come here? Why did you sign up for this program?" And she said, "Because you get points. You get privileges, commissary privileges." And I said, "All right, so I'll make this short." So without letting her know what I'm doing, I thought, okay, I'm going to try this imposter model. So that is mirroring her and then shocking her out of her mindset and then bringing her back. So I pull my chair closer to hers and I look her in the eyes and I say, "You know what your problem is?" And she says, "What?" Then I said, "You have the devil inside you." And then she's about to go crazy on me. Her eyes cloud over. And I said, "Oh, yeah, I have the devil inside me too." Then she looked at me a little confused. I said, "We all do, Bella. We're humans. This is our school. Earth is our school. We all have the devil. I may not have murdered anyone, but I certainly hurt people psychologically or emotionally. We all have. That's why we're here. If we were perfect, we wouldn't be here." And I said, "But right now, today, you get to rewrite your life. Today's the first day. You get to be the heroine of this story, her who has abused and murdered people. Now look who you became." And then she's perked up a little bit. And then I said, "Let me try something." I got closer to her and I held her hands and I looked her in the eyes and just sent her love. And then I said, "I love you, Bella." And then she started crying. Tears started streaming down her cheek. And she said, "Lisa, you just blazed my soul." And in that moment, soul blazing was born, the type of therapy I do, and I really understood the human condition. We're all the same, from orphans to inmates. We're all the same. So that's all she needed was love. So I want to invite you to take the courageous step of looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, "I love you," and saying your name. And doing that close to the mirror, really looking at yourself in the eyes, your life will shift. That's taking off the mask of all this BS that was thrown up on you. If you're too fat, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that, all these labels, because they're written on our forehead. People could see it. We think we're hiding it, but we're not. And really go deep. And once you really start to love yourself, you'll be able to love and connect with others, and they will be able to love and connect with you on a deeper level that you've never felt before. So I want to leave you with this. Remember, the next time you hear your imposter's voice, you can go on that journey and take that mask off and find your authentic soul. Thank you.